Molly's here, she could understand the Indian part anyway. All right.
There's one could rattle that off.
Not me.
You look for Scamanche.
So what?
Scamanche.
Always.
I bet he's great on looking for them Scamanches.
Snagging.
All over the country looking.
I bet he finds lots down there. Where's that? Down Pablo.
When school starts.
This is all on video, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I say. That's what's spoiling the Indians from talking their own language. Too much of this, what they call suyapi. Even like Willie's old man, he knows more about saying words in Indian and a lot of these kids. And a lot of these older ones like him and on up, they don't know what the heck you're saying. Kiss my foot or anything else.
Could you tell me a little bit about what's important about learning the language?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't been keeping up too much on that here lately.
Well, I'm just wondering why you feel that it would be a good thing if the younger people started to learn the language again.
Well, it'd be nice. Now you take like Dolly and them. They said they go to Browning. And there's kids like that talking their own language. And here you can't hardly find anybody that can understand or know what you're saying. They all talk this white language and that's it. That's why I say Dolly's old man is a pure white man. You meet them down there where he's working, say something in Indian to them. He said they turn around to look at one another. What did he say?
It wasn't that way when you were growing up.
Well, there's a lot of French when I was growing up. Like my folks, that's all they used to talk in French. When I first started school down here at the Ursulines. And that's why I say I had to have an interpreter. And if we'd go to school, come out for recess or noon, you wouldn't catch me with a bunch of them kids playing. I'd go and play by myself because I couldn't understand what they were saying. I don't know whether they were boiling me out or what. And of course, there was quite a few of them sisters at that time could talk French. Well, I'd go around where they were. Now I'm getting so I'm kind of forgetting a lot of them words as words. I can't put where they belong. A lot of these outside people could talk French at one time. Indians and all understand. But now, you can't find anybody. When I used to be monkeying around town here a lot, there's some of them old folks that meet them they'd talk French to me. And then here not too awful many years ago, I met an old lady down the street and talked French to me. And I'd talk French to her as one or two words that I couldn't pronounce. I'd say it in English. She looked at me, "You hell of a Frenchman." Now, I don't hear any of that. You don't hear any of that, and after a while you forget about it. Like old man Roulier down here, he used to always talk French to me. And now he's dead. His wife is dead. And his kids, I don't know if they ever knew anything about French or anything anymore.
Sounds like it's a lot like how it is for the younger people today with the Indian language.
It's been good.
Could you tell me some more about what you ate when you were a young person growing up here? What kind of food you ate and how they were gathered together?
Well, we ate a whole lot better food them days than we do now. Nowadays, we eat this meat and stuff. You don't know what the heck is in that meat. It's all doped up. Even there from the stores and everything is that way. And you kill your beef, they're all doped up too. If you kill your own beef, they're all doped up with some kind of dope because they got these planes scattering that dope all over. Even this wild game is getting be that way. There's a lot of this wild game that I don't hardly eat anyhow anymore on account of that. Because you don't look out where you get the back door two-step. You know what that is? Well, I've even noticed you take this disease they got around, it comes around, it gets lots of people get this, what they call backdoor two-step. I've even had that myself. And I've seen the time with sitting in this chair right there in the bathroom there. Sometime I couldn't make it over there. I'd have to change clothes. A long time ago we used to eat anything. Never did bother us. 'Cause all that stuff wasn't doped up or anything. Even you take this wild game that's getting all doped up, eating all that dope that's coming on the grass.
Was it over by, was it Knox, and there was a bunch of deer that was by some tailings or something, where there's doing some mining, and they was had poisons in there. They advised the hunters not to kill any of those deer and elk and things up there because there was poison in it. It was poisoned up.
Yeah, that's why I say it's getting tough anymore. A lot of this stuff you get out of the stores, it's getting all doped up.
Did you, when you were growing up, did you eat a lot more Indian foods too?
Mm-hmm. Even that stuff is getting, so it's getting full of that stuff. Like what they call the bitterroot and stuff like that, that's getting old. Getting all doped up with that dope falling on the ground. And a lot of this fruit's getting that way. That's why I get scared of eating fruit sometimes.
Backdoor two-step.
Mm-hmm.
Did you eat much food that was bought in stores when you were a young boy? I mean, did any of your food come from buying it in stores, or what would you buy? What would you buy in the stores?
Oh, all the fine stuff we could buy, and even flour and stuff. Yeah, I've seen the time that I went from home there at Orly, go team and wagon into Missoula. Maybe I'd have $25, $30 on me. Go in there and pay for my horses, my team's lodging, go in the lunch counters and eat. Next morning, get ready and go and buy a bunch of stuff and come home, and maybe you'd have a few dollars left in your pocket. Now you go to a store and buy stuff. Jesus God, here the other day, I went and I bought a bunch of stuff, a little sack full. Wasn't even a sack full. That cost me putting her $60. I'll tell you, fellas, got to be careful how you buy stuff. Or you go to pay for it, maybe you ain't got that much money.
Could you tell me some more about going to school when you were a young boy? You went to the Ursulines, I guess.
Yeah, and I went to Orly. Them days we only had that one building there, Orly, that white building. That's where we went to school. And we learned more then days than they do now. As they learned this penmanship and all that stuff. Now you go to this school that they don't learn you nothing like that. You got to find out on your own. Some of these kids right now, that's in school, you can't hardly read their writing. Of course, like me, now I don't care how I write, because they can't read it anyhow.
You were telling me the other day that you were yay high when the reservation was open to whites in 1910. Can you tell me something about that?
Well, all I know that when they opened it up, there was a couple of fellas from Washington, D.C., and we had old Grand Joe and Martin Charlo, Henry Matt, and I forget now the other one. That was here and talking to them fellas there from Washington. And finally the Indians finally give up, and they says we'll open the reservation for a while. Well, they did no more than open the reservation, and boy, you talk about the immigrants are coming in. Horse and wagon, buggies, some pack horses. And that's why I say they used to camp down there at the river where that little store is when you cross. And that was all camps, and then they'd turn their horses loose on that little hill there on the side of the river. That little old hill got so that it just put as bare as this floor. And them horses, so doggone sore-footed, why they couldn't hardly move. And I got to trading horses with them. Horses that didn't suit me or anything, and I'd look around and I'd see some of them horses suit me. Of course, he couldn't more hardly move. And they'd take him home, turn him out in the field a while or pasture, and then try him out, see how he'd do, and then they'd keep him or trade him off to somebody else. Because there was somebody there all the time down at the river, coming in all the time. You didn't see buildings like they got now down there at the Jocko crossing. There was old wagons, and some of them just throw a little canvas up and crawl in under there for the night or two, and away they'd come down this way.
Did they seem to be aware that they were moving on to Indian land?
Yeah, looking for land. In them days they got for nothing practically. Now you look over the fence and they want a big bunch of money just for you looking over the fence.
30 seconds.
Like on this side of town, I can remember there was only one house, and that was down near by the creek. And the other one was